We see a movement down towards Dragon by Purple Team. Of course, Dragon should be spawning pretty soon. 6-minute timer on that, and it was taken last near around the 20-minute mark. I'm drinking water. CB goes down by Team Blue. Warwick and Kate moving down to join the other three. Laying down a ward in the jungle. Warding in the jungle is good. This is good. And it's not just because I did it. It's because ward in their jungle more. Warding in the river is great, but warding in their jungle, because again, as I said earlier, during the landing phase, the action, so to speak, happens basically where the jungler is. And if you have any wards in their jungle and know where they are, then you can predict where the action is going to be and react appropriately. Or you can ignore the ward and not react appropriately. You know, that works too. And of course now, because wall replay is lazy, now that I'm near, and I was the one taking the replay, you can see like real health bars, which is, you know, kind of cool. It's kind of like actually watching the real game, rather than not watching the real game. Double Hearts of Gold on Shen. Generally good item binds. I don't need to really talk about items. Everyone knows mainly how to play their character. Warwick getting very few items, not having any kills, only 2 assists, and relatively small farm meant that Warwick was unable to really get damage or tankiness. So Warwick was just kind of there, and that's not really his fault. It's just how the whole thing played out. Anyway, here's the final engagement. So we see Dragon being taken down. We're going to see a lot of CC go on, and watch this. So Warwick ults on Nocturne, and then is brought back by Zillion. Shen ult on top of me, on top of Caitlyn, and Akali is successfully killed. But at this point, Jarvan ults, and then the burst from Annie just means that we are completely AoE down, and that's basically game. The surrender vote goes up here, and the ace happens. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause. This is funny, but when in LoL replay, you don't actually pause. Everything just moves really slowly. So like Annie's moving through Jello. Jarvan's like, oh. Okay. I'm sorry, it's really late. And I love this. When I pause it, my frame rate jumps up to like 328 frames per second. Because it's like, wait, you want me to move super slow? I can so do that. I'm on top of it. And I'm just going to hit O. Bring up the score tab. Let's talk about what went down here. Basically, most of the things that I said at the beginning of the game. This is exactly the score that you want to have as a support character. Relatively small kills, no deaths, high assists. I hesitate to give an MVP for this game because honestly they all played really, really well. Doc Ock, Fidget, you guys jumped on top of Caitlyn just like you're supposed to, did a lot of damage. Had generally good positioning, I thought, and good item buys and all that stuff. Annie doing what Annie does, just, you know, nice play there. But Jarvan in particular, being where he needs to be, initiating like a boss, being tanky, being that front man, just laying down his ult and saying, all right, we're gonna, like, basically, this is the arena, Annie, put your bear here, and then she's like, all right, sweet, and we all die. But what I really am most impressed by is, look at those 0 deaths. Okay, look how beautiful that is. Go you guys. I love you. You're wonderful. Power Squirrel and Redline Quad 7. You guys are great. I don't know if you just heard that. The ace just popped up. So what did we do wrong? Well, as I said before, we didn't get to do what we're supposed to do. Caitlyn actually has pretty good items considering her farm. Considering she has 5 deaths, overextended twice, I know on my part, but pretty good items. That is damage. Like that if was words Ford. If that was aimed at Annie, that'd be great. That'd do a lot of damage. If that was aimed at Zillion, that would be great. If it was aimed at Nocturne, it'd be great. You know. But with the separation of Malzahar and Caitlyn being picked off, not having always the support of Shen and Maokai, which is as much our fault as it was Shen and Maokai's fault. Warwick not having a solid item foundation with which to do damage and be tanky. This loss was shared by all of us. So I don't want to focus on what we did wrong. Rather what they did right, and they did it right very well. So great, I'm done with this, and I'll have the second replay up pretty soon, hopefully. Alright. How do I, there we go. Endgame.